I all request you just a minute, not even a minute, 30 seconds, close your eyes and just think about the martyrs, the people, those who gave life for us that we are living in this day. Just close your eyes for 30 seconds. Generally, there are some years we remember. That is 1947, 1950, our birth year, sometimes our Mrs. year, and some wives, they remember husband year, birth year. Our children years, we remember. And we also remember very good, great people and very great bad people we remember. Great people like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and even apart from our country, like Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln, we remember. At the same time, we also remember very bad people like Hitler or Mussolini, those kind of people also we remember. And everybody, the people, those who are educated, we all remember 1919. You know what is 1919? Jallianwala Bagh. The people, those who are, even they studied up to 9th, 8th, 10th standard, we all remember Jallianwala Bagh. What had happened on that day? I needn't tell much about that, but all of us, we know about that what happened on that day. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. We know that why more than 20,000 people gathered in Amritsar, that is Jallianwala Bagh. There were 4 reasons why they were all gathered there. The first reason was, that was the festival of Baisakhi, the state festival, Baisakhi. And the second thing, the British government, they brought Rowlatt Act. So many of us know what was the impact of Rowlatt Act. The one thing was, Indian can be arrested without trial. Anybody can be arrested. Anybody can be sentenced to death. Anybody can be sentenced to imprisonment for lifetime. Anybody can be beaten up blue and black. If Britishers walk on the street, Indians were not allowed to walk in the street. If it happened, they have to bow their head and they have to walk in front of them. Even sometimes Indians were made to crawl on the street. Against this, they gathered. And Mahatma Gandhiji was not allowed to enter in Amritsar. So these were the reasons so why they made this. And was also somewhere the leaders have been arrested by the Britishers. They all gathered without arms. That is Nirayda Baniyaga. They didn't have any weapons in their hand. All were gathered, they were talking. There are also some young people, young minds, young people, young men. They were supplying water for the gathering. General O'Dwyer, we all know that, who was that Reginald Dyer. And there was also one more, Governor of Punjab, General Michael O'Dwyer. He said, Reginald Dyer, more than 20,000 people gathered, there may be some revolution or there may be some issues may happen. Then he took 90 machine guns with his troops. There was only one way to enter inside that park. They blocked. No prior information was given. Nobody was intimated about that what was going to happen. People were talking about those all the 4 issues. They started firing. They started firing. Nobody could come out from there. Many people jumped into the well and they died. Some tried to jump over the wall. It was a high wall, so they couldn't jump. Many died. Many cried, "Oh, I am dying." Nobody was there to escape. Nobody could escape. They shoot. They shot. They shot. as much they could, as much they had bullets. When finished, the British government gave, it was around 357 people died, around thousands were wounded, but it was not the real record. Thousands were died, thousands were killed, thousands of people were wounded, dying for the life. There were young minds supplying water, the people, those who were dying in front of their eyes. Those who were crying for the life, they were dying with the wounded. They were supplying water by putting there on their lap. When water was supplied, some dies. On the way to hospital, many died. After that, throughout the country, all the people and all the leaders stood up against this incident. So it came the very difficult situation for Reginald Dyer. So he was supposed to answer for that. When he was to be stand and answer in front of Punjab Governor Michael Dyer said, "What you did was right. I appreciate you," he said. Then it was the time of Reginald Dyer to speak there. "I started to fire without prior information. I do not want to give. If I give, or I should have warned. If I have warned, they would have gone back and laughed. What could the Britishers do? So I didn't give any prior information. I started firing. The bullets got over, so I stopped. Otherwise, I would have shot many more. That was the reason I stopped. And all the machines, the bearing could not enter. If it entered, I would have killed around some thousands." So, Punjab governor, under the so difficult, he was supposed to be dismissed. That is Reginald Dyer. He was dismissed, and he was not sent out with empty hands. Thousands of money he was given, and he was awarded, and he was sent out. It's a later information that he was paralyzed with a lot of difficulty for the last. At the deathbed, he died with a lot of difficulties. The people, those who give difficulty for the other people, especially the poor, those who didn't do any wrong of. So he died with a lot of. After this all happened, here is the climax part. Here is the thing we have to listen. The people, the young mind who were supplying water, in that there was a one man, 20 years old boy, young man who was supplying for water on the day when thousands were died in front of his eyes. He went to Amritsar, he took bath, and he went to the Amritsar, he took oath. And he just promised there, "I will take revenge on this British. I will take revenge." From 1919 to 1940 he was waiting. 20 years. We also take every New Year oath. We take from the coming next year onwards, I will not do this, I will change this, I will work for that. We take every year, but we forget. This man, 20 years he kept in his heart. The firing he kept in his heart. He could not enter into the England, so he went around to different countries. He was an engineer. He was also an engineer. So he went around to many countries. He was not to get enough food to eat. Even what was fed for the pigs, he got to eat. And at last, 1940, March the 13th, April 13, 1919, it happened, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. 1940, March 13. So there was this Punjab governor Michael Dyer. He was supposed to give a speech. He was giving a speech in Coxton Hall. When the speech was going, when it was about to end, the man, one who was roaming around the countries, and he entered inside the hall. He carried a book. The book, inside it was cut exactly to be kept a gun. It was 0.2. I forgot the name of the gun. So he kept inside. He hid completely. Nowadays, we watch in some movies how they hide the mobiles and they use. He hid his gun inside and he carried inside. The Britishers might not have remembered this boy when he did at the 20 years supplying water. Now he is a 40 years old. They might not have known. They may not know. Entered. The Punjab governor, he finished his talk and he was also spoke there and remembered about the 20 years before what had happened. He also spoke that. So happy he spoke. When he ended, and he also said, if I get one more opportunity, as I did in India, if I get one more opportunity in South Africa, I will do it, he said. Then this man, he went in front. He went, no more sir, you are going to end now. Your life is over. He shoot 6 bullets. 2, 1 entered the heart and another entered in the kidney. He fell down dead. Do you remember who is this man? Anybody knows? No. Anybody knows who is this man? He is Udham Singh. He is Udham Singh. So he stood there. He didn't go from there. He stood and said, as Dyer said, I shot. The Indian people shed their blood in their soil. They did. As he shouted, Udham Singh shouted, I shot. The British governor die and fall in his soil. I shot him. I am not afraid. And he stood there. Then it was sentenced for him to be dead and he has to be hung in the same year. They asked him, so after you hung, where you have to be buried? Where you have to be buried? Udham Singh said, I don't want to be carried to India. Let my dead body be buried in England. Then the judge laughed. This is your patriotism? You don't want to go to your country, your body has not to be taken. Hey fools! You have been ruling my country for hundreds of years. Let my body at least take away 6 feet of land. And let me be buried here in England. That was he said. And his body was buried there. And around 1962, at the time of Nehruji, Nehruji announced he is a great patriotic man of India. In 1974, during the period of Indira Gandhi, his body was brought to India and all the final rituals were done in his village and they have done in the river what the final rituals have been done. So all my dear teachers, on this day I felt to speak about this Udham Singh, how he kept and the fire in his heart. At the court, they asked him, "What is your name?" He said, "My name is Ram Muhammad Singh Azad." Huh? India, where all religions can live. We live maybe different diversity. We are all united. You cannot depart. The day will come. You will be uprooted from my country. You will be eradicated. Everything will be uprooted from India and you will be chased away. He said that happened in 1947. That we got freedom. We enjoy the freedom, the way we live. We enjoy. It is because of like Udham Singh, Mahatma Gandhi, all our Tamil freedom fighters like Kattabomman, even John Tirani, Rani Kittur, Rani Chennamma, those people, those who fought for the freedom of India. So I kindly request we all. Nowadays, it's not possible for all of us get down for work for the country. If we do our responsibilities perfectly, we serve for the country. I thank one and all those who in the hot sun bear my speech. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you.